So a degree show, for those that don't know, are a chance for the students to present their final major project work across the programs that they've been working on. And what you'll really see is a really diverse range of work. And what I think is fantastic is often our students are trying to reflect the world, change the world, make the world a better place. So you'll see work about diversity, sustainability through our art and design program. So it's a really great celebration for all the hard work that our students have done over their 3 years. So enjoy the shows.
Graphics have had a really sensational year so far. We've got some really good grids and some really good work that helps to push the ethos that the design department seems to have now adopted and made their own, and that being that design has a power for good. We're trying to change the world through design in all its shapes and forms.
When I was at the university, I'd done quite a few projects, and one of them is the Talkers project, which we submit for D&ED. What we produced is a major talking point for individuals to talk about their mental health and to open up with their friends and family. We've created a social media campaign where they scan the QR code and they are able to create a post similar to what this is here. We also created this in physical form and created a major cardboard cutout of it using the laser cutters that are within university. The staff have supported me throughout this to create something that I would never thought I could do, as well as to really fine-tune my skills so I can go on and apply these to my freelance career. They've taught me so much that I wouldn't have been able to do before.
My work itself, it's about how society evolves through the years and how objects played an important role in the evolution of society. We should look at those objects with empowerment, such as, for example, my piece as a plunger. And I think a plunger is an empowerment object because it's distributed for society, and in the Western society especially, because people have toilets, they have the necessity to clean their own toilet, and it's an object of function, so it gives you the power to keep society sanitary. The skeleton part was based in Vitruvian Man by Leonardo da Vinci, so it's a reference to the religious artifact within the Renaissance time, because in the Vitruvian Man by Leonardo da Vinci tries to envision man and the human proportions within a circle and within a square. It's overcome with an object that it's made by machines, so those proportions are really well made, because when an object is made with machines, it's basically perfect, so it's an overlap between the two of them. The facilities itself were really useful. I don't think I would get any of this type of facilities anywhere else, especially for such a big piece. And as well, the lectures itself and the technicians try to push you forward with your concept.
Over the 3 years of the course, we like to cover a lot of conceptual issues, but also lots of skills delivery. Work on display here likes to embody and also capture the passions of individual students in motion graphics, drone work, photography, video, 3D work, and work applied to both sort of analog print techniques and screen-based work. So animation can be involved in that, as well as kind of static work that we might see in large and small formats. Interaction design and experience are a key part of every part of design, so that the audience has an involvement in the communication and is part of that discussion and discourse, rather than being a kind of a one-way process.
My collection is called Safety Starts Here. I brought an old parachute from Romania. This parachute, I think it's around 30 or 40 years old, and it was used in different military operations by the Romanian army. I decided to make a 6-garment collection in 3 months, which was a little bit stressful for me. I was inspired by upcycling for this collection. You're like taking an old thing and making something new out of that, and it's also it's really cool to see how many stuff you can do. Like, for example, even with an airbag, you can make like a bag, or like with the parachute, you can make clothes, you can make whatever you want. For my last outfit, I screen printed the history of the parachute so people can interact with the garment. I wanted, people to learn from the collection, and also learn how the fabric was used and how the parachute was used. Jane and Naomi did a really good work to support us, and they're amazing teachers, and they are always looking out for us. They are really helpful, and I'm really grateful for all the work they have done throughout the past years.
It's a lovely, exciting evening for all the students. They've worked so hard, they've produced excellent work, and they've transformed their working studio spaces into a gallery. But hats off to all the students who've all created and very strong and interesting work. So hats off to them all, really.